How's that?
Good, not saying.
Wait, we're doing. Hi, I'm Elias Mazikowski, 22 years old, from Wakanda, Illinois. My liquid art is parkour, and we're doing it for about 8 years now.
Do you hear music? It's in my head. It's in my head. Do you hear music? It's in my head. It's in my head. Do you hear music? It's in my head. It's in my head. Do you hear music? It's in my head. It's in my head. Do you hear music? It's in my head. It's in my head. I'm aging and changing on the outside, but staying the same on the inside. I find we never grow old unless you use your eyes. Yes, I'm aging and changing on the outside, but staying the same on the inside. I find we never grow old unless you use your eyes. So see my heaven raining down inside of me. Time will always dictate evolution, so I let it wash all over me like waterfalls of memories eternally. See my heaven raining down inside of me. Time will always dictate evolution, so I let it wash all over me like waterfalls of memories eternally.
I was actually in Denver 8 years ago, and I saw someone wall flip. I was there for a mission trip for something for church, and instantly I was like, that is amazing, please teach me that. And he spotted me once, spotted me twice, and I got it like on the third try, and it was set in stone after that. I left Illinois at first to run away. I ended up in Colorado working on a farm for free. They feed you and house you, and you just learn about organic farming. And it didn't go well, and I thought I failed. I went back to Denver, and I was about to board a plane like the next day, but I just needed a place to stay, and Luke and Taylor graciously let me stay, and a day later I got offered a job at Path Movement, and it felt so surreal because teaching is what I've started to really get into, and I thought it was an amazing opportunity, and I took it. And a year later I have my own apartment, teach now. I've been teaching there for a year, and I wouldn't change a thing about that. Everything definitely happens for a reason, and I'm so happy right now.
I'm melting away, my existence is gone. The life that I once had means nothing at all. I am lost in time, slow down.
We talked about influences, and one of my biggest ones was Luke Albrecht. Living with him for a while now, and like I used to just like throw myself just because I could, and training with him, he showed me that like you don't have to. That control is that low risk, still high reward. It's just a different kind of training, and I really, really enjoy it. And it's made me stronger and like more patient even in life because I can connect that with my training. And so I've been able to go into the flow state with stuff besides parkour. Parkour allowed me to access it, and I know what it is. I know what's happening to me. But now I can use it for other things, such as work, teaching, talking to someone, being social. Like you can enter the flow state doing anything. I see flow state as trusting yourself, because if you know that you can do it and you just let yourself do what it needs to, that's when you can turn off that doubt in your head, and that's when you can perform as best as you can. My fears is longevity. I think about this all the time, longevity. Like, when do you go hard and when do you pull back and relax and train gently and just recapping the moves that you already know? Because you can't go hard every single day. You'll ruin your body. I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I want to teach for the rest of my life, so I need to train accordingly. I think my daily life influences my style. I like to be well-rounded. I think in my training, I'm starting to realize that's what I value the most. I think that has to do with how I view life too. I like doing everything And parkour is very general term, but there's so many different styles, and I want to take a little piece of everyone's style, and I like to make it my own. Sometimes you sit back and you just have to breathe. And sometimes it takes me like a minute, sometimes it takes me 3 breaths, but if there's something where like, all right, I can do this, I need to relax, and I need to get this, I'll do breathing. Sometimes I'll even go a step further, and I'll close my eyes and balance on one foot, because you can't do that when you're anxious and thinking too much. You have to be in the moment, you have to feel your body, and I come back and it's just there. The role parkour has in my life, it's a teacher to me. Living on my own and stuff, there isn't anyone anymore that tells me what to do. I'm all on my own, I gotta figure things out. Parkour teaches me to relax, patience, all those things that I need to learn more, and those things that sometimes I forget. And if I'm not patient, if I'm too anxious and I try to do this move or something, that's when you get hurt. You have to be relaxed and trust yourself, and I use parkour, the things that I learned from my training, to affect my life. I think that's why I like teaching too, because I like to learn the mistakes myself and then give it to someone else, tell them what I learned so they don't have to make that mistake anymore. I've always thought of like the Colorado community. Do you ever like everyone just comes together and trains, like huge groups? Like we have like hundreds of athletes here, you know, and I look at like other countries and stuff like that, and like there's like 50 to 100 people just training together, and there's so many people here that do train that it always seems like there's little groups that train all scattered around, and I wonder why there isn't any big huge jams because that's when I first got started in Chicago. I went to a jam and there was like 30 something people, and it was amazing. Everyone was so helpful, and you just pick a spot and people meet up and train, you know? And I'm wondering why it's not like that here more. Like there's so many athletes here. I feel like if we all just pick a spot and just train and just see where the day goes, I feel like that'd be really fun.